Yeah, well, like I said, I kind of messed up the doorpost when I was trying to straighten it out and make the door fit a little better. So I've been working on that. Never throw away the pieces you cut out of a top. When you chop it, you may need to cut a section. Anyways, what I did was I cut this out here so I could get at the inner brace. And I welded in a piece there, welded in a piece there. And then to bring this in so it lined up, I made a cut down in here, squeezed it with the C-clamp, and then welded that up. And this is a little wider. I cut that. I'm going to put some vice grips on that. I think I might have to cut it a little bit more. And then I'm going to weld in this corner piece, and then I'll weld in the, let me see, the back there. That's got to be hooked back together again. So that's what I'm working on today, for a little while at least. I got to take a ride over to Richard's shop. A lot of lead in there that's got to go. As you can see, I got to get this crap out, but I finished welding it first. Then I'll melt that stuff and fill it. So Richard's putting another engine in his 48 Pontiac. He's got a 455 that he built up. And so I got to go get some video on that. And I'll get back to you later. I don't think you want to waste an hour or so watching me weld and cut pieces and stuff. I'm not bad Chad. I don't do that stuff. Oh, by the way, there's a piece I cut to replace where I removed the skin so I could fix the inner structure. I'm going to weld this back on there. After I get done welding something on the inside here and there, I can put this back, melt out all that lead. So this is why you don't throw away any of the pieces you cut out when you chop the top. See this piece here, got to cut it there, and it's gonna fit. My light, gonna fit inside this right here. That piece goes inside, and I can fill the rest of it with weld and close that off too at the same time. Maybe finish up some of this, ouch, slivers. So I'll get back to work. So here it is in place, ready to be welded. I had to make another relief cut here and push this back so that it would line up somewhat close anyways to that, within grinding distance. So I'll weld that in and then I'll grind it and I'll show you what it looks like. I'm not the world's best welder, so bear that in mind. Okay, there, it's kind of welded. Gonna use a little bit of filler, but also I'm gonna grind this flush here because I got 3 different edges and I only need one. So that's all got to come off. Just for looks. I don't think it matters if I put in upholstery. Nobody's going to see it, but I don't know about putting in upholstery. Where's my flashlight here? This thing here is too bright. Okay. And I filled in a little bit there. That first corner piece, I put it in with a MIG welder, even though I don't like MIG welding. But I couldn't hold it in place and work the welding rod and torch all at the same time, so I just held it in there and zapped it a couple of times, and I went over it with the torch and welded it the rest of the way. So also I finished welding this down in through here. It's still hot. Looks like I've got a hole down there. I ought to put a little bit of weld in, and but that's just being anal, I guess. Now I guess it's time to put that on once it cools enough so I can touch it. Well, the piece I wanted to put in there didn't fit very well, so I cut a piece off of the section that I took out when I chopped the top and carefully ground it half a dozen times till I got it to fit pretty good, all except for right here. I've got a gap that's got to be filled, but the rest of it I can weld it in place and be happy And then I got a complete whole doorpost strong enough to push against. Well, there it is. Got to do some grinding. The lead started melting and running down into my welds, and it messed things up a bit, so I melted out the rest of that lead, and there it is down there on the floor. I still got to add a little piece in here, but it's lunchtime and I got to have something to eat, and I'll get back to this later.
Yeah. They bolted them right to the freaking mount.
Yeah.
I dropped it down, put a level on it, made sure it was level, and I had it up against the transmission right, and just welded it in.
Huh. Looking good. So, who knows, it may be ready for the show this weekend. Everything's bolted down, just needs to have everything hooked back up again. So, she's coming along nicely. Baby, baby. Oh, meanwhile, back at the garage, this door still doesn't fit right. It catches on the first click, but I can't get the second click. I've got a big gap here that I can't seem to get rid of. I started buckling up here trying to push it into place. So I think what I have to do is bend this hinge forward a little bit. That'll bring that up this way. And that's what I'm going to do eventually. I think I may have to take out the hinge pins, take the door off, and just heat that part of the hinge and try not to hit it too hard to compress the hole. Maybe put the pin back in there so the hole doesn't get squashed when I start beating on it with a hammer. I'm going to get red hot first, because red hot metal bends a whole lot easier than whatever it is now. So anyway, what I got in the mail, UPS actually. You see, this is my the truck I built a few years ago. I painted it with semi-gloss black Rust-Oleum, but not with a spray can. I used a quart can, mixed a quart of lacquer thinner with a quart of black Rust-Oleum semi-gloss black, and I had enough to paint the whole truck. And I had it for 3 years before I sold it, and the paint job was still holding out. The only thing that I think you can see it in this picture, there was a scratch right there. I sprayed it with this stuff here because it's supposed to be the same paint, and it matched, and it was a perfect match for, I don't know, a couple of weeks, and then it started to get white from the sun. So if you're going to use Rust-Oleum to paint a vehicle, you got to use it in the quart cans. So anyway, so what I was getting at, nobody carries the quart cans anymore. I was at Lowe's. They had quart cans of black and white, gloss black, gloss white. So I asked them about semi-gloss black, and they said they were out of stock. So I went on the internet and I checked with Lowe's website, and there was a chat there. I asked them if I could get some semi-gloss black, and the guy said, we don't have any in stock in the local store. I said, well, how about any store that's somewhere in New England? He says, no, we're all out of stock. I said, well, you've been out of stock for a year. That's why I was asking. And he says, well, we can put you down and let you know when we get another order. So I said, no thanks. Went to Home Depot on their website, because I've been there and I know they don't carry it in cans anymore either. But they had it listed on their website, but you had to buy a whole case. But a case consists of 2 cans, which ain't too bad, even though I only need one. I may someday paint another vehicle with this stuff. So I got 2 quarts now, and the only thing is, this paint job here was $8.50. This is $10. There's another 10, so it's $20 paint job for this truck. So I'm really getting up there in the high-priced paint jobs. But it's a while yet before I get to that point. I still have the front fenders to work on. The rear fenders are not too bad. I got a whole pickup bed that I think I got to change the whole back end of it because it's pretty rusty around the back. And I got the back that somebody cut off of one of those pickup trucks. It's about, I don't know, that long from the back. And so I'm gonna cut it off right behind the stake pockets and change the whole thing on the back of this pickup bed that I got that's no good. But like I keep saying, if you want to build a hot rod, don't do like I do. Start with a decent truck. And all the work I've done so far is just trying to make a decent truck out of a piece of crap. But it'll get done eventually because I miss that old truck. I had 2 hoods for it. I let them both go with it. I had a 40 hood and a 41 hood. The 41 hood was in better shape, but I liked the look of the 40, you know, because of the nose piece. Anyways, I've been messing around with my Mustang over there ever since I put the rings in it. It hasn't been running right. And I'm about to give up on it because I can't make it to the show this weekend. But we got to take Richard's car to the show, so I'll have a video of that car show. I don't know if they have a rat rod category, but they used to have well, they probably still do have the Monte Carlo category, and I took 3 trophies in a row with my Monte Carlo over there. They weren't all first place, but all the other Monte Carlos were all chrome plated with custom paint jobs and custom interiors. So I thought mine did pretty good. Mine was the only first generation Monte Carlo. So anyways, I guess I'm gonna have to put some video up because I haven't for a while. Oh yeah, the Grumman's still waiting for the new owner to come take ownership, I guess. Yeah, Richard's Catalina still here. It's still running good. So maybe if you could take that to the show, take 2 cars. Anyways, I want to thank everybody for watching, all of my subscribers and all my viewers. And please hit the like button and leave comments. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I need 1,000 subscribers before I can start making any money off of this YouTube thing. And I don't want to have to call it quits, you know, because too many people enjoy all this crap that some old man is doing in his backyard. So thanks again for watching, and I'll be back later with the car show video.